Hey guys, coming to you again from my office with COVID like it is and getting so many phone calls about hurricanes. It's Marco today and Laura next week or later this week. I've started answering my phone Hurricane Central. And what all you guys want to know is, hey, re-explain HIP to me. So I'm gonna just give you some brief explanation of what's going on with HIP, kind of a follow-up to the last video that we did. So HIP is the Hurricane Indemnity Program. And, the first storm we got was a tropical depression, and I get all that questions, hey, is that gonna count? No, remember it's gotta be a Cat 1 storm with 74-mile-an-hour winds sustained in your county or any county that's adjacent to you. So if it comes through your county, you're golden. Everything that you took HIP on, you're gonna get a payment. Remember, it doesn't have to affect your crop negatively. You don't have to have a regular crop insurance claim to collect on the HIP disaster payment. You only have to have the storm go through with sustained winds. So one question I get a lot is it the eyewall track of the storm that determines who qualifies? No, it's how big the sustained Category 1 wind field is. It's not necessarily the center line of the eyewall. Obviously the center line of the eyewall would qualify you, but you may extend out 75 miles, 100 miles on each side of that eye wall that's a sustained Cat 1 wind. So sustained Category 1 winds after landfall is what you're looking at. So your county or any county that touches you, if it has that Cat 1 wind field, then you're going to qualify too. So the county that it goes through plus one more county. So remember, it doesn't have to affect your regular insurance. So I'm going to use cotton as an example. Well, it's early. My cotton's not open. Yeah, it twisted it up, blew some down maybe, but really didn't have any lint removed. Am I going to qualify? I don't think I'm going to have a regular crop insurance claim. Yeah, remember, it has nothing to do with your regular insurance. So that's a few ins and outs of HIP. How long does HIP last? I mean, today is August 25th. How long does this HIP program work? So on peanuts, it's good from 14 days after we wrote the policy up till November 30th. So if you get a Cat 1 storm on October 28th, you may have already finished picking your peanuts, but you're still gonna have a HIP payment if it comes in before the 30th. So November 30th on peanuts, December 31st on cotton, and for corn and beans, that'd be December 10th. So hurricane season's already gonna be wound down by then, but hey, it could still happen. So the key word there is, or the best way to understand it is, HIP lasts for the whole length of the crop insurance policy to the last day you have coverage. So that's a pretty good summation of what HIP is. We had a tremendous participation with HIP, especially through our agency. I think there was only a couple guys that decided not to take HIP. Gotten a lot of phone calls about guys that wanted to increase their HIP. It's not very often you have two storms back to back coming into the Gulf like we're looking at right now. As of today, Marco's already made landfall, Laura's on the way. Luckily, it shifted toward Louisiana and Texas, so it may not be a problem for us on the Gulf Coast, our part of the Gulf Coast at least. So, but man, they're lining up out there to come in. So maybe we've taken the right year to take this HIP policy. So one thing I wanted to clarify from our last video is I told you I wasn't sure how HIP was going to be built out. Well, it has caused some problems, but here's how HIP's going to be built out. Instead of being billed separately, it's going to be on your regular crop insurance bill. Kind of what I thought was going to happen, but that has caused some problems. So here's the problems that it's caused. So HIP on your regular crop insurance policy, on the billing, there's some kind of computer programming error that's causing the numbers to be skewed and put stuff where it shouldn't be. They're working on that, but here's what's happened with your schedule of insurance because of that. All right, guys, here's the deal with schedules of insurance. You know how important they are. You also know that with FSA only letting you certify acres remotely, not being able to sit down with a person right in front of you, there's a lot of errors. Okay, so we've caught a lot of those errors. We've called you back. We've called FSA back. We've worked through as many as we can. Problem is, I can't tell if something's missing. Only you can tell that. So normally we would have schedule of insurances out to you already, but because of the HIP programming problems, it's made us not want to turn loose of those schedules yet because the premiums are wrong. This programming thing is giving you HIP premium on stuff that's not even on the policy. So they figured out what the problem is. They're working on it. Should be corrected next week. So I said all that to say this. Your schedule of insurance should be coming out very soon. As soon as you get it, and I'm going to say this with big hands and doing this, as soon as you get it, please look at it and make sure you see every farm that should be on there. I can't tell if one's missing, but if you know the Jones place is missing and it's not on there, you need to get on the phone with me like immediately, right? So we can get that corrected. We can't make corrections at claim time. So as soon as you get that schedule of insurance, look at it, look down it, total up your farms, make sure that every farm is on there that should be. If there's a mistake, that's the time for us to correct it. You're gonna get this strange little letter that says no signature or no signature on file for your schedule of insurance. It's not an accident. It's not something you screwed up. It's not something I screwed up. It's done intentionally. The reason we do that is I don't want you to sign an early 578 or acreage report in case there's a mistake on it. So if you haven't signed it, there's a very good chance that I can get it corrected. So we do that. That's done by design. It scares some of you guys when you get that little form letter from the feds that say, hey, you didn't sign this. We know that. I just want you to look over your schedule of insurance, make sure everything is correct, and then we're good to go. So as soon as these schedules of insurance come out, Amanda and Lacey are ordering those map books, with all your farms and what's planted. I know you guys have gotten where you love those. You ask me for them every year. They're coming. We're a little behind. The FSA delays and the FSA extension to certify really caused us some problems, but we're done now. Everything's been released on our end. Peanut contracts, man, we had to get copies of those if you were over the $398 price. So that took a little longer. Those all have to be audited by hand. And so everything is rolling along. You should get those in the next few weeks. If you need something before then, we can print you one out here in my office. We can email it to you. Not a problem. Be looking for your map books, okay? They're coming. Guys, crazy year. We got hurricanes lining up to come in. We have programming errors. I've got new glasses because I'm getting old and I can't see anymore, but I have lost about 40 pounds. I think, I'm not sure exactly how that happened. Well, maybe I know how the glasses happened, but look, if you need anything, let me know. Call Amanda, call me, call Lacey. If you need an adjuster to look at something, let me know. We're keeping tabs on the hurricanes as they come through, just because we're learning about the HIP just like you are. If you have a question, call me, text me, let me know. Guys, I hope you like doing it this way. COVID's actually run through our office. My mom had it. She's better now. It's running through the circles that we're in. Probably know 50 people that have it or has had it, struggling with it currently. So it's no joke. More serious than I thought it was when you're actually facing it. So we're good. Everybody's healthy here at the office, and I hope you are as well. Everybody laughs at me about how I sign off these things. I don't know how you're supposed to sign off, but that's all I got for today, and I appreciate you.